Goodness, nope. Is that creeping beauty I see? Oh, wild. Oops. Damn. That was good. Just ran into somebody. Ooh, okay. Quite a hug going on above me. Look at that. Hey Vanessa, good morning. How are you today? Got any interesting projects lined up? Can't wait to start painting and doing stuff again myself. Boop. Wow, this fight is still going on. I'm surprised that Creeping Beauty hasn't like stretched out and gotten this guy yet. Oh yeah. My ADHD is so bad I can never do anything that I set out to do. It's extremely hard for me to finish projects. I have a mural in progress, a game in progress, an installation piece. I'm supposed to be working on a sunglasses cabinet. Like there's just a bunch of things that I haven't been able to do. When I talk to the doctor on Thursday, I'm hoping they can help me at the very least with the ADHD. Oh yeah? See, that's the part I'm good at. I'm like really good at problem solving, and one of the things that I do is when I have a problem that I need to solve, I wait until I'm about to go to sleep and I think about it then, because it's hard to think about it in the moment because my brain goes a million directions. But if I'm about to sleep, it's like just enough novelty for me to sit and think how to figure out a problem. Like I'm thinking about one right now about how to make a puppet that I want to make, and I don't know if I'll ever make it, but by figuring out all the problem solving first, I can write it down, and that way if I ever decide to do it, I already know a few things I can start working with so that I don't have to do that on the fly. Oh wow, this is still going on. So yeah, I'm hoping to try some medication because I just can't. I can't live my life like this, constantly not finishing things. She's gonna get all of them. Creeping Beauty made it through all that. Good job. Yeah, I just need to... It's just been so hard, especially with the headaches. Oh no. Someone killed Creeping Beauty after she went through all that. Oh, it was this guy as a tiny. That's shitty. That's actually a shitty thing to do. Killing people as a tiny is like super duper easy to do. Did you see the video of my office? It took me a year just to get it to that point. And I still have more to do. Okay. My biggest problem with organizing has been that I always think that I want to do something, and then I do that, and then it turns out it's really hard to get to that stuff, or it's just gonna, it's like I want it closer to me, or I want to change something to make it, like, easier to store. And so I think I'm finally at the point where I know exactly what I need, and what I need is to be able to just move things easily around. And so what I've at the point now is I have all these bins, and each bin has a bunch of stuff in it, but it also, each bin has its own pair of scissors. Each bin has its own like stuff, so everything I need for the project is in that bin, and I don't have to worry about where it goes in my office. So when I put it away, it just all goes back in the bin, and then I can just move the bin. So it's like I got a bin for embroidery, I have a bin for doing polymer clay, I have a bin for other types of clay, and all of the tools. And so that's what I realized I needed, because what I can do is when I'm working on those projects, I can just bring the bin over to my table, because I know that I don't want to move very much because of my mobility stuff. So if I have the bins right there, then it's just ready to go. And they have little trays in them, so I can put the bin on the floor and take the tray out, or put the bin on a table and take the tray out. And it basically becomes a work thing. And then if I do a gallery show, or if I do like a you know, like a demonstration or something at the gallery, I can just take the bin of that project there, and then I have everything. And I realized that, like, that's a little bit of overbuying, which, you know, whatever, like ADHD is like that anyway. It's a little bit of overbuying, but I know that it'll help me. It's already helped me, where it's like I just get my sewing stuff out, and it's like, oh, now I have to worry about where my sewing scissors are. And it's like, no, I don't. The sewing scissors are in there, because everything is in there. And I know most people have a sewing kit, you know, but this is a little bit different, because I'm basically doing everything like that. But the thing I haven't done yet is I haven't sorted all of the flat stuff and papers that I need to put places, and I need to get inventory. So, like, I still have to take inventory of everything and get it on spreadsheets. And then once I do that, I'll know exactly where everything is in the room. Because I can just have the bin and be like, you know, section 1, whatever these things are called, shelf, you know, A. And then I know, like, when I want to do a search, I can just search for it and be like, okay, where's my miniature iron? And that way I don't accidentally buy stuff twice, which I have a really bad habit of, because I'll think I don't have something. Like, I have an entire drawer or bin that's just stuff that's extras. Hi! Man, these two are really duking it out today. So, because I end up buying things too many times, I have this bin full of extras. And it's like extra white paint, extra white markers, extra tape, extra blades for stuff, because I always buy extra blades because I think I'm going to run out. And so what I want to do is make sure that if I have a spreadsheet of everything that I have, then I don't have to worry about buying something again, or even something that I looked at that I thought, you know what happened? I bought some really expensive gouache, not realizing I had already bought it. And it wasn't the same pack, but it was like the same brand, and it's not like very expensive. And I knew that I wanted it for a long time, but the problem is I bought it, it ended up in the box because I had migraines for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, and I couldn't do anything. Finally, opened it up and I just put it away because I wasn't painting at the time. And then when I was ready to paint again, I bought some and it was like, oh my God. And I went to put it in the drawer and there it was. Yeah, inventory is very important especially if I'm buying something that is really expensive, or like my, like my sewing scissors or something, where I will totally forget that I have them at all. And people are like, how can you forget that you have expensive this or that? And it's like, until somebody reminds me of it, I'm never going to remember, because that's just how ADHD works. Our working memory is garbage. And so I was talking about specifically even my art. If you looked at I did a stream the other day where I looked through my warm-up books, and there's so much art in those that I didn't recognize. I was like, I don't remember making these. And I was sober when I made that art, so it's not like I was fucked up or something and I didn't remember. Yeah, that my memory is so bad. When I did that autism test, that's one of the things I noticed the most. They told me this story, and they told me this story, and she repeated it to me, and then she asked me for some details, and I couldn't tell her hardly any details. And then she told me the story again and asked me for some more details. And I could remember like 2 or 3 more things. And then she told me the story again. And that time she asked me what wasn't in the story and what was. And I could tell her that. But I probably heard that story 4 times and I couldn't remember. Were you just checking the game? I really do want to paint, but so today I have a massage. Well, no, I don't have a test. You took a test with a neuropsychologist? They also did these puzzle ones that were wild. Yeah, no, it's very stressful. There were a bunch of really stressful ones. In fact, all of them were stressful. Everything was stressful. The first day after the test, I cried. It was hard. It took everything out of me. And then I missed the second one because of my migraine, and that cost me $925. $925 because I had to miss an appointment. And my insurance didn't cover it. Yep. And I had already paid out of pocket. So yeah, I didn't do it. So they have a service called forensics that they'll do if you think you need disability. And I'm pretty sure the reality is I probably would qualify for disability from my sensory stuff alone, not counting the fact that I have chronic cluster headaches all the time. But I'm not applying for disability. I just want to know for myself because it will help. I feel like it will help me. Wow. I feel like it'll help me a lot to know. And so I can start to like, and I've already started doing some things for myself about like making myself aware of what some of my sensitivities are and exactly why I've been having trouble, because like I couldn't tell you when I was 22, if I went to a store sober, I couldn't tell you why after a while I would start crying because the lights were too bright or something. You know what I mean? Like I didn't understand why I was freaking out when it was, my sensitivity issues and the frequency of the lights or the sounds or the people. So, oh, that one? Yeah, that's the photo I took when I had all my blacklight stuff out, because I have a bunch of blacklight art. Maybe I could do that for an hour. I've got a massage today, but it might be kind of fun to do some blacklight art, don't you think? Should I switch my game and do that instead for a little while? Let me do one more run and I might do that. I'll think about it. I have to think about it, because you know how ADHD is, where it's like you have an idea, and this is one of my biggest problems. I have an idea and I want to do it, and I get ready to do it, and I set everything up, and I get the paints out, and I get the paintbrushes out, and then I'm like, you know what, I really don't want to do this. And so before I agree to do it, I have to think on it a few minutes. So now what I do is I give myself like 10 minutes. And you know what else I do? I have a bunch of tricks that can help with ADHD, actually, because I game my brain all the time. Everything that I do when I'm streaming or when I'm doing art or when I'm on Facebook or whatever, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm always double teaming my brain. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but I'm gaming. I'm always gaming my brain. And so if I, for example, am going to do art, I like to take photos of it, and I might take a little video, because making the video and editing the video gives me dopamine, but the art also gives me dopamine to make it, but also I'm learning something new because I'm learning about editing, or I'm learning about a new type of art material, you know what I mean? Like, so I have like different things that I'll do, and by making challenges, it's just like this game that I'm playing right here, where if I play hard and I'm just playing to win, I get extremely bored with that, because it's the same game, right? It's like me attacking and me attacking and me attacking and me attacking. So a long time ago, I stopped playing like that. And what I do now is I do what I call the defensive pacifism, which is a challenge, and I think it's a harder way to play. The other thing that I do is I will try to do little challenges. I'll create challenges for myself, and I have all these rules, like I won't attack people that are a certain size, even if they keep attacking me, or I won't, engage with anybody who's named that I know. Like, those rules make the game more challenging for me, and it's more fun that way. Just like that I just did was really dangerous. You shouldn't do that. But that's like how I killed the bot. Like these little moves like I was trying to do, like I'm constantly trying to game my brain. So it's the same thing with art, where like I'll decide to do a challenge, and I'll be like, okay, give me 2 colors, and I'll pick another color and try to like make something out of that. And, or like, people ask people for a mood, or ask people for things like that. So, all right, give me 3 minutes to set up. Ow. Oh my God, did you hear that crack? Jesus. Okay. All right, let's do change the information. Okay. I know it's dark. It's gonna be fine. But so the other thing that I do that I wanted to tell you about, as far as like, I'm gonna turn this music down now. As far as like ADHD stuff goes, I think it's actually really good for YouTubers to have ADHD sometimes, especially because we're the kind of people who. So let me show you something. Okay, so. I don't know if a drawing will help, but I'm going to draw it anyway. So, like, ADHD is, at its core, it's a dopamine regulation issue. Okay, so I won't be using this paper. Jesus. Lord, that's freaking crazy paper. Anyway, oh yeah, I have new markers. Speaking of dopamine, so you got here we go. So you've got like your brain, and your brain is like, I don't know what's going on right now. Can you hear me, by the way? I didn't check the thing. Looks like you should be able to hear me. Okay. So your brain is like, I'm kind of bored, I'm gonna scroll. You're like, I'm gonna scroll YouTube or Instagram, and and I just see this new thing. I got this new thing that I just saw for the first time, right? And this new thing looks super cool, okay? And we're just gonna call it, I'll call it just like craft, because this is what it is. It's craft crack, okay? It is a drug. It is a drug to watch YouTube videos where people are making a new craft that you have never heard of with a new product for the ADHD brain specifically, okay? Because it hits every single part of our ADHD. So what happens is you watch the thing and you go, holy ball sacks, I need that. And you watch 16 more videos about that same thing, right? Until you're at the point where you've convinced yourself that you need that. But the thing is, that is a lot of money. A lot of money. Never a little bit of money. A lot of money. A significant amount of money. It's not $20, maybe $20 for some Posca pens for one set. But you have ADHD. You don't want one set of Posca pens. You want all Posca pens. And you don't just want one set. You want the thick ones and the thin ones, because you have to have all of them, because you're not only are you obsessed with craft crack because you have it, but you need every color of everything, because if you're a completionist as well, because having everything makes you feel better, which also means you're likely to fall for what happens when the new one comes out. So no, you get the new set, you get the ad for that, and you're gonna get that too. Even if you don't use these anymore, you're still gonna buy that. So here's what happens. So you go to Amazon and you put everything. Is this gonna glow? It's probably not. Nope. You go to Amazon and you put everything in your cart. Okay, so for Craft Crack, say, let's see, you're gonna have these new scissors styles. So you're gonna get some fussy cutters. Okay, $20. You're gonna get some. Papers. I mean, it's some Tim Holtz papers, and you're not just gonna get one pack of them. You're gonna get all of them. So you're gonna get 5 packs of paper, and that's gonna be like $35 plus, depending on whether or not there's a sale. You're gonna get 3 or 4 scrapbook paper things. Okay, now let's just say you're getting into scrapbooking. Let's just say it's scrapbooking, okay? I'll just say scrapbooking is craft crap, because the reason, this is what gets everyone into it, okay? Once you get into this, your money is gone. All of your money is gone forever, because this is mixed media. And mixed media means you have an excuse to buy every single kind of thing. If you're a watercolor artist, and that's really all you do, you are not going to, whatever. But so, I mean, it happens to all of us, but it especially happens to crafters because of that thing. And I almost get the feeling that most crafters have ADHD. Like, I feel like that has to be the case, right? Because we all do the same thing. We all keep constantly switching, and then we'll come back to something and use all the new techniques we learned, but then we're still switching. We're never doing the same thing over and over again. I've only seen like maybe 4 people on YouTube who do craft book stuff who don't constantly use brand new things. So here's the thing. So let's say you get all your stuff and you decide you're not going to get everything yet, but you're going to get most of the stuff, and you'll come back and get the rest later in your next paycheck. But let's say this is about $400, and $400 is on the low end of what I'm talking about. And $400 is a lot of money. And I can tell you, as someone with 50 reams of paper in my room, or whatever, 50 books full of paper in my room, that it adds up really fast, because you usually end up buying it in spurts, because you don't just go to Michael's. You go to the scrap bookstore that the person recommended from YouTube. You're going to buy some paintbrushes from another site, and before you know it, you spent $400 because you weren't paying attention, because you have ADHD. ADHD makes you lose money because of this. And so what happens is, you've now purchased things. You've got some stuff from Etsy because you want to support an artist, or you want to support the YouTuber that you like. You've now got a bunch of shit coming from Amazon, and you feel guilty about it because it's Amazon. You got some stuff from Michael's because you had a coupon, and then you got some other stuff from Dick Blick because you had Ebates. Now, Ebates is great, by the way. Everybody needs Ebates. Use it. It's better than honey. And so now you've got all the stuff you need in your carts, and you're about to check out from everything. Here's the hack. 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks. You can keep consuming this content and learning about it and getting ready for your projects if you want to make projects. But before you buy anything, put it in your cart and leave it there. 2 weeks. When you come back, If you don't feel the same way you felt on the day you put all the shit in the cart, do not get it. And I have saved so much money that way. And what I'll do sometimes is Brian and I actually went through our lists on like specifically Amazon, where we looked through our shopping lists, and it's like it's almost like you can see all of my obsessions, just like, and it's like, oh, here's where I was going to get a bunch of garden gnomes to prank Brian because I thought that would be funny. And there's like, you know, so there's like 50 garden gnomes. And then you go down and it's like 10 things of jewelry making stuff. And so the trick is, so, and here's the thing about it, because every single part of this feeds into ADHD. Buying stuff feeds into ADHD, especially in capitalist cultures, which we are in, because we feel accomplished when we buy stuff because we've been taught to feel that way. We've been taught to feel good when we buy things. It's, you know, it's brainwashing from the moment we're born to feel good when we buy things. And especially if we got a deal on it. If we think we got a deal on it, the dopamine level is so high for that, that you almost can't stop yourself from doing it. Like if you go to blah and all scrapbooking stuff is 50% off, you might as well be fighting a bear to not spend that money. Because your brain will want to do it so bad. And then here's the worst part about it. You'll get all your shit 2 weeks later, and if you got it from Michael's, it'll be in 16 destroyed boxes that came from all over the world. And you will get this box, and it will come in the mail, and you will not open it because you already forgot what's in it. You already forgot. You already forgot what you were doing. And there's a box, and there's another box, and another box. And then Brian goes, "What's in these boxes?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. How about paint that comes in a giant fucking tube that I completely forgot that I bought?" I have a box full of this. I do not remember buying this. Do you know what this is? This is for a very specific kind of painting where you do like a frosting tip on it and it goes in a bag and you just like do art with it. Now here's the thing, I will use this paint, so I don't feel bad about buying this, but I do feel bad that this is a very expensive product that I paid a lot of money for, that I don't really remember doing it or why I really did it. I think, you know, and if I think about it long enough, I know that it's probably best that I did get it because I always need something like this for certain projects. But yeah. And I don't know if everybody's as bad as me, as to the point that it's with the boxes, but usually by the time my packages get here, I don't know what they are. I don't. And, but like, this is like not one thing. I have a room full of that. I have a room full of things that I have bought that I have never used or never tried a single time. Because I haven't had either. Well, obviously, I've been sick, and I still planned to do, I still plan to do these projects. I still plan to do these projects, she says, with 150,000 eyes in here. And so, that's why, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you can come back in 2 weeks, and you can look at it, and remember why you wanted everything, and remember the projects that you wanted to do, go ahead and buy it. Like, if you feel like you could do it. In 2 weeks, if you come back and you're kind of like, nah, I'm not sure. That sure is a lot of money, man. That's going to be a lot of work to do all that. Do not do it. Just walk away. And it works almost every time for me. Because what I do is when I decide something's either too expensive or I'm not ready to buy it, I will put it in my cart and leave it there, and I will leave it there for a really, really long time, and I'll come back and I'll go, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet. And that's what I did with these. I wanted these pens, I wanted these for like 2 years, and then I bought them. I waited, because I knew myself, and I was like, if I buy these, and I stopped using this kind of paint, because I hadn't used my markers for a while, I was going to feel really bad. But what ended up happening was the other day I did something with markers, and I was like, man, I really need good markers. I really do. And every time I had reached for a marker, it was one of these. And I got sets of these and another type. And it's like, yeah. And so basically that's it. Also, you know, obviously, because I don't remember things, that's why I need inventory. If I need to eventually get my shit together and do an inventory. I would even pay somebody to like come and help me do it. Just because the interaction is better dopamine. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm always like gaming my brain. I'm always gaming my brain. And so if I think a project is going to be specific, like really good, or I'm going to really have fun with it, or I think it's going to be something, I'll go ahead and get the stuff. But I always wait. Because that's what happens. You watch those YouTube videos and you're like, oh man, that product looks so cool. And you're like, oh no, they have skeletons. They have vellum skeletons now. You can get vellum skeletons. That's so cool. I want a vellum skeleton that looks like an x-ray. That looks really cool. I could totally hang that in my house. And then it comes and you look at it and you put it in a box and you forget that you have it. And then later on you see it again and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, a vellum skeleton. I should really frame this up for Halloween. And then you put it back in the box and you forget about it again. Yeah, come on over. I can pay in vitamins, but also money. Oh, YouTube made me buy it. Actually, that's like a whole series. I think there's a whole series of creators that do that. And so that's why I was saying that that's what I was starting all of this with, was to explain that if you are a YouTuber specifically and you are making content, it's triple dopamine. And here's why. Because you don't just get to do the project. It's also, look at this. Here's why it's crazy, right? Here's why you get in a feedback loop. So, YouTube. So if you do like YouTube or TikTok and you're making your income doing crafts or doing projects or doing art, so now you think you need the thing, but now you know you need the thing because it's content. Content, whether or not you get paid for it, is still free dopamine, because you get to make the content, you get to edit the content, and you get to have the feedback of people watching if they happen to watch. So you get that. You might even get money, but what you also get is the tax write-off. So now this $400 feels like it's not as important, and you are more likely to spend the money. And that's like how a lot of people, I think, get into that. And it's like the big YouTubers can do this because, you know, they have a lot of money, or they're even sometimes getting things free. But smaller YouTubers who are like craft, scrapbooking, all that stuff, they have all the stuff. They have all the stuff that all of the big YouTubers have, but they bought it with their own money. And like that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They need the tax write-off, exactly. But see, the thing is, they're going to be even more likely to spend more money. And so you've got this income disparity between, you know, how much money you're spending and how much money, you know, you're saving by spending it. But then you get all of the stuff. So it like reinforces itself every single time to do this, to not wait, to get the thing, to do it immediately, especially if it's a hot craft, especially if it's something that a lot of people are doing and you know it's going to get you clicks. So like, do you remember when everybody was doing paint pouring? Every other crafter, every other sculptor, every single person did a fucking paint pour because they knew it would get interaction. People who never did that kind of art before. But that means every single person had to go out and they had to go buy all that paint, and they had to buy those silicone stuff, and they had to buy the Floetrol or whatever to make the paint flow. Then that's like shit tons of money spent. And it's like, that happens. You just see it, like, you can just see like the tumbling into place down the line. Alright, I'm gonna make something that's not that. Oh, that was my pen. Alright, what is the best paper to use? Is it what I just used? Let's find out. I have Tomoe River, but I really don't want to use these markers on Tomoe River paper because it'll do bad shit to it. What's this? Disrespect. Lips. Lips, teeth of a tongue. You know what might be fun? What if we play with this? I know, this isn't like the thing. You know what? Are we gonna fight? I'm not gonna fight. I don't want to fight. Anyway, that's my tip. Don't buy it for 2 weeks. 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 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks. Hey, Sai. If you look at my video from the other day when I'm painting with the gouache, at the beginning, I actually went through all of my books, all of my warm-up books, if you want to see some of my other art. Ooh, what's this like? I might use this one. I might use this one. Nope, not using this one. Man, that paper is so bright. Maybe. Man, that would be kind of cool with my, I have glow-in-the-dark watercolors. I wonder if that might be cool. What do we think? Yeah, so do I. So one of my things, I don't make videos on it, but one of my big things is I have, so to override, so I have more theory, right? To override the dopamine of wanting to spend more money and to not have the guilt of not using your products. One thing I do is I have a wheel, and so it's like a wheel of mixed media, and I used to do this all the time on my streams where I would let people spin the wheel, and if they landed on something, I would pull it out of the I would like pull it out of the drawer and use it. So basically I don't even get to choose what I'm using in these situations. So it's a challenge, which of course is more dopamine plus. It uses my stuff and it makes me feel better and less guilty, which is a plus. So I have 3 different wheels. One wheel is substrates. So like it's got canvas, it's got wood, it's got plexiglass, it's, you know, got Tyvek, things you can paint on or things you can put things on. The second one is anything with pigment in it, so if it's like an ink or a paint or anything like that. And then the third one is miscellaneous, so it could be things like paper or spray paint or, you know, things that you might have on hand, or, you know, like wood pieces or even miniatures or polymer clay pieces. And so that way, when we would do those spin the wheels, what I did was I would do these as a giveaway on my 24-hour streams when I would do those for like charity. And then people would use my in-stream points, which I have points in my stream on Twitch. So people can use their points to spin the wheel, and then there's a giveaway at the end for that, and it's fun, yeah. And I actually did one year for the art gallery that way. I think this would be kind of cool. Does this hurt your eyes? Because it doesn't hurt my eyes the way I'm looking at it, but I can also adjust the camera. I want to see how this looks with my watercolors. I always say, "Der went my money" whenever I use these because they're so expensive. Oh yeah, speaking of Derwent, I had something that I thought that I wanted for a million years, and I finally bought it, and it was the 2 sets of pencils, like the really, really good pencils. One is watercolor and the other one's like regular color pencils, and I have not used them yet. So, yep. Okay, so what I can't do is find that, so I don't know what to do now. I guess I'll move on. I couldn't find my watercolor, that watercolor one. So I have the Inktense palette, but I don't have my other one right this second. That's fine, I guess. I'll try one bright and then I'll do one dark. I've got some dark paper though too, which might look cool. Yeah, there's nothing I can really add to right now. Okay. Might look weird on this paper. Yeah, it's not glowing because the paper has so much stuff in it. I'll try a different paper. That's wild. Living in the 90s, living in the wild world. Ouch. Okay, that's better. Fabriano. Where? Okay. Here. Where are my other pens? Hello, Earl. Oh yeah, I forgot I got glow pens. Black yellow, yeah. That's because of the titanium dioxide in the paint. So sometimes the titanium dioxide will flash back white, and sometimes it won't flash back enough. See? It flashes back on this one, but on the other one I think it just sunk, got overpowered by the paper, it sunk into it. Have a new system here that is working way better than the old system so far. So that's nice for the light. So yeah, I get lots of dopamine off this. So I get to get, for this one, I get to use my markers. I get to use my new black light setup. I get to chill with my music. I love doing Blacklight stuff. When I was a kid, if you asked me what my favorite color was, I would always say glow in the dark, like any color. I wish there had been a blue in this set. That would have been nice. Every other time I've bought these kind of markers, though, they've been shit, so I feel justified buying these, honestly. Because I've bought so many sets of neon markers. Let's see. I wanted to see if any of my new gouache was fluorescent, but I don't know if I will or not. We'll see. I guess I can check this. So that pink is, whatever that pink is. The rest aren't, though. Just sketching. Just goofing off. Breakfast. I'm gonna turn my music up a little bit. If nobody's chatting, if we're just gonna chill a bit, just do the chill. If you have any questions, I'll answer them, but I'm just chilling too. Now, the one cool thing about this, I think I might be able to use some light watercolor, and if I put it over it, it should like go underneath it.
sleep.
Thanks. I like playing around with abstract art and shapes and stuff. I have lots of like folders filled with this kind of stuff. Hello. Just ready for the next part. I'm gonna have to slide my hands and I need to take it easy. Calm down. Let it dry, please. Impatience. I'm too impatient. That's my problem. Okay. That's why I normally switch between projects when I'm waiting for stuff to dry, but this is not a normal painting. I made this too big and I regret it. Not really. I always do that. It's like my signature move is not thinking about the level of detail that I had intended to put into something before, when I should have been deciding on the paper size before that. But see, that's how ADHD works. It makes you want to do the thing immediately and not sit and work out the problem in your head before you do it. Because if I had really thought about it the way that I wanted to do this, then we wouldn't be having this conversation at all. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? But that's okay, because I also enjoy solving challenges that prior Belinda set, even though I pretend like I don't. Belinda decided that we were going to use an entire sheet of 9x12 paper with markers, and that's what we're going to do. Yep, and that's just more free dopamine. And that's the name of the game, baby. That was interesting. No. Pew, 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 pew. That's good, though. I like to set rules for myself and then follow them when I create patterns sometimes. For like this, I wanted each one of the colors to be a completely different type of pattern than the other ones, instead of doing a repeating pattern like I would normally do. And that's something else I think way too much about. This has an interesting texture to it, and every time I run my hand across it, I can feel it. This music is so uplifting. Okay, what do I want to do next? Laser sounds. Sit back and relax to the tune of Pew Pew Pew. No, not this one. Not this song. Can I get rid of this one? Wish it would show me which one it was actually on. I couldn't find this one earlier. I was trying to get rid of all those weird old ones that I don't like. Yay! Good. That's what it's all about. shapes. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Wish my ink brush was working right now. I don't feel like making another one. Paper isn't light enough to test this on. This one is the same, I think. Yeah. This one's really dirty. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, I like that. Those are both fine. Okay. I want to see what this looks like once I turn the lights on. It's probably going to look really strange because I can't see these watercolors. Alright, let's be cheap and easy. Those are my favorite ways to be. Next to this orange, it looks green, but I just looked at the cap. What if I told you there is no spoon? It's yellow. That's what I was going to tell you. I just really wanted to make that stupid joke. But yeah, it was kind of cool because that's supposed to be yellow and that's supposed to be orange. So I have no idea what that's going to look like. That's just wet, I think. And if not, it's just mixed up with the paint up there, I guess. I don't know. Time to make some choices that I don't want to make. Boots and cats and boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats. Boots plus cats means boots and cats. Oh, okay. Oh, it's that super light gray color. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe. This is getting a lot of work today. Oh, hey, that's nice. Oh, hey, what's that? Totally different color on paper. Cool. It's my favorite thing. My favorite thing. Forever. Yeah, it's fun. Whee, I'm gonna pull out a little. See, I don't need you don't probably need to see the, like, I was showing some of the pen work earlier. How are you today? Oh yeah, that's good though. It's always good to have days like that. You know, I actually had a pretty good day today and yesterday, and this morning. Well, I had a migraine later, but this morning when I got up, I managed to fold my laundry and start some more laundry, and that was great. It's like a lot for me, especially before I've had a bath to deal with my pain when I get up. Yeah, that's good. Reading is good. That's totally accomplishing something. I started that book last year. I haven't been able to read it because my eyes have been so fucky. It's almost like magic, isn't it? Oh, nice. But now you have to write down where you put it the next time. You got to make a little word list, and you just go in a folder and you make a new little spreadsheet and put tiny stapler, left drawer, and then that's how you start it. Then you don't have to do what I'm doing and do the whole thing at once. That's actually what I did. One of the bins that I did recently, I did that way. Where I just put the... This is a mess. I'm just gonna make it do that behind all of it. Yeah. Hello? You can come in. Can you come in? I can't hear you. Am I ready? Yeah. Do we need to go now? It's at 8:30, isn't it? Can you come in? It's okay. I have art on. He doesn't have any pants on. He's worried. I also don't have pants on, so no, I'm just kidding. What are pants?
Ooh, blacky lights.
Yeah, I was getting to try to use my new markers. So anyway.
And your new light.
Yeah, so I was ready. I had an alarm set for 7:40. Should we get ready before that?
I was just making sure that you were...
No, I knew I need the massage real bad, so I'm ready.
Okay.
So I still don't know if it's the medicine that's making it better or what, but it's been pretty good tonight. It was kind of bad last night. I think that was hormones. This is kind of fun, huh?
Who's your little dude?
Oh, this? So this is, I got something that I got at, I want to say Ichi. Due to Renosis High. And this is called, so this one's Lemon Penguin is the name of the company. But these are, I forget what she called them. Just lump, I think lump cats. A kitty lump, I think is what she called them. It's just like soft. But no, I was talking about how ADHD is really bad because you buy things and then you end up with a box at the door and you don't even remember what you bought or why you bought it, and you open up the box because it's weeks later because you've already forgotten everything because you had 17 cluster headaches since then and the time you bought it, and you open it and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you don't even remember what it was or what it was for.
What is it?
Oh, it's matte black, gaff-free, heavy texture art material.
Thanks. I can read. What does that mean?
So you know how I'm always doing like 3D art, like this kind of stuff where like I'm trying to make something three-dimensional?
Yeah.
This, you know, that kind of thing. This is actually three-dimensional paint. And it is formulated to dry the exact same size basically that you make it, so there's not really shrinkage. So you put like an icing tip on it and you can make designs and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna use it. It's just, you know, Belinda is a mess, that's all. Belinda's a mess. We love her. Past Belinda is a mess. Yeah, I do have to go pretty soon, though. I need to probably do a quick shower before we leave. I do want to see what this looks like with shading, though. Just shade that a little bit. I had a surprise that I was going to do, but I guess I can do the surprise now, just to kind of show what my plan was, to kind of start separating things and making them cohesive. Just kind of... do this. Cannot see what I'm doing for shit. See now why I was lamenting making it 9 by 12. But of course, if I get ready to go, the only chance this has of surviving and actually getting done is if I leave all this stuff out. If I put it up, I'll probably completely forget that I made it by tomorrow. And right now we're getting to the reason I bought these markers, which is that they aren't making each other bleed like my Poscas. Putting white over black like that? Shh, no chance. Not a chance. Don't worry about that, I have a plan. I want to see what this looks like in the light before I hop out. So do this. Okay, so this is what it looks like without the black lights. Quite a bit different. These pinks are very light. And this goes from looking like it's sunken in to pulled up, so it's kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, that's how it works though. Yep. All right. I'm gonna head out. I gotta go to my appointment. But it was fun to hang out and actually do something a little bit different today. Hopefully I can continue doing things like that in the future. Maybe I'll plan a little better and maybe I'll make a coloring book page or something. I don't know how I would make a blacklight coloring book page, but who knows? Who knows? Things are possible. Everything's possible. I only use those because they were right there. I actually have alcohol markers that would have worked just fine with this, but the problem with alcohol markers, you shouldn't mix alcohol markers with acrylic paint over the top of it. You have to go the other direction because the alcohol in the markers will break down the binder in the paint. Also, don't use alcohol markers in your art because it's not light fast. Okay. That's all my tips for the day. All right. Bye, 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 bye.